Good morning, dear students of BA first year. I am Satpal Verma from Department of English, Government National College, Sirsa. Welcome to my PPT class on parts of speech. And today we are going to discuss the noun and its types. That what are different types of nouns, how to identify them. We shall discuss these things. But first of all, let's talk about parts of speech. Words are divided into different kinds or classes. Keep in mind, it means parts of speech are only words, and when they are divided into different types, kinds, or classes, they are called parts of speech. And they are called parts of speech on the basis of their use or the work they do in a given sentence. So, I repeat, words are divided, first of all, words are divided into different parts and kinds, and these parts and kinds or classes are called parts of speech, and they are called so only on the basis of their use or their work in a given sentence. And there are 8 parts of speech. Number 1 is noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunctions, and interjunction. These are 8 parts of speech, dear students, and we shall discuss them one by one. And there is a spelling mistake. Interjection hota hai. Interjection. It is not interjunction. It is interjection. Sorry for printing error. Now let's talk about noun. Noun, kinds of noun. So first of all, we should know what is a noun. What we call a noun. A noun is a word that names something, such as a person, place, thing, idea, action, or state. For example, Ram, boy, happiness, daily. And if I broad this idea, let me on its flight mode so that nobody can disturb us. Okay, everything in this planet, that is on this earth, under this earth, anything that is visible and invisible, audible and inaudible, in the sky and beyond the sky, that is seen or unseen, everything in this universe is called a noun. Everything has a name, and everything that has a name is a noun. So nouns are 4 types: common noun, proper noun, collective noun, and abstract noun. So let's discuss first of all your proper noun. Proper noun and common noun. It is difficult to identify, and a distinction must be made between proper noun and a common noun. So a proper noun is the name of some particular person or place. I repeat, proper noun is the name of a particular person, that is a specific person or a specific place. Proper here means one's own, किसी इंसान के खुद का. Hence, a proper name or proper noun is the name of a person or place own name. उसका खुद का नाम होता है. Okay, a proper noun, in this way, a proper noun is a specific name of a person, place, or thing, and it is always capitalized. Keep in mind, proper nouns are always written with a capital letter at the beginning. And number 2, proper nouns are sometimes used as common nouns. This point we shall discuss later. So, what are the 2 things important? As far as proper nouns are concerned, number one, proper noun is the specific name of a person or place. And secondly, proper nouns are always capitalized or always written with a capital letter at the beginning. Let's take some example. Gaurav is a brilliant student. Gaurav is the name of a specific person and it has been capitalized as well. Sita was the wife of Rama. So Sita is a proper noun and Rama, it is also a proper noun. And another example, Hari, Kolkata, India. Okay, Kalidas, Lukman. There are so many examples. Delhi, India, Mumbai, Chennai, all these are proper noun. And now let's talk about your common noun. The opposite of proper noun is a common noun. Whatever is proper noun, its opposite is common noun, sometimes known as generic noun. So common noun is also called generic noun. A common noun is actually the generic name of an item in a class or group and is not capitalized unless appearing at the beginning of a sentence or in a sentence. So two things are there. Number one, common noun is the opposite of proper noun. Number two, common noun is not capitalized unless and until appearing at the beginning of a sentence or in a sentence. So, common noun is the name given in common to everything or every person of the same class or same kind. Common here means shared by all. So, let's take an example. The girl crossed the river. The girl crossed the river. Girl here been used for females. So every female of the same age is called the girl. If we make it proper, Sita crossed the river. Now Sita is proper noun. But what is Sita? Let us say Sita is a girl. So the girl crossed the river. In the same way, the river is also a common noun. All rivers are common nouns. But if we make it proper, the girl crossed the Yamuna. Ab Yamuna is name specific. So this is the difference between proper noun and common noun. I think everything is clear so far. I also recapitulate it. What is a noun? Noun is a word used as the name of a person, place, thing, action or state. And nouns are generally of four types: common noun, proper noun, abstract noun and collective noun. What is a proper noun? Proper noun is the name of a specific person, place or thing. And what is common noun? Common noun is the opposite of proper noun. For example, Gaurav. Who is Gaurav? Gaurav is a boy. So boy is the common noun and Gaurav is proper noun. So common noun is the name given in common to every person or everything of the same class or same kind. So common here means shared by all. So I think everything has become clear so far. So now let's move to collective noun. Collective noun is the name of a number or collection of persons or things taken together and spoken of as a single whole. जब एक इकाई के रूप में माना जाता है बहुत सारे लोगों को, बहुत सारी वस्तुओं को. So that is called a collective noun. For example, crowd, भीड़, mob, team, flock, herd, army, fleet, jury, family, nation, committee, team, etc. All these are collective nouns. That is, in Hindi it is called samuhvachak. So these are called collective nouns. Let's take some example in a sentence. A herd of cattle was grazing in the field. A herd of cattle, मवेशियों का, पशुओं का झुंड, was grazing in the field. Team India stands for victory. Team India. It is also, it can be used as a proper noun also, but team stands for, that is, every team stands for victory. You can say the jury found the prisoner guilty. The jury found the prisoner guilty. The jury is a collective noun. The French army was defeated at Waterloo. So the French army. The police dispersed the crowd. The crowd. So it's all about your collective noun. And let's move to abstract noun. An abstract noun is usually the name of a quality, action, or state considered apart from the object to which it belongs. It means an abstract noun is the name for something which is intangible, जो दिखाई नहीं दे रही, जो महसूस ही कर सकते हैं, टच नहीं कर सकते. So there are example. An abstract noun is something you cannot touch, means it cannot be realized through the five senses. It has been given in the in the slide. See it properly. An abstract noun, I am reading from the slide. An abstract noun is something you cannot, number one, touch. You cannot touch it. You cannot hear it. You cannot smell it. You cannot taste it, and you cannot see it. It means it cannot be sensed through all of the five senses. You cannot touch it, you can't hear it, you can't smell it, you can't taste it, you cannot see it. And examples are given like bravery, health, freedom. All these are examples of abstract noun. There are other examples also like goodness, laughter, childhood, boyhood, youth, sleep, death, hardness, freedom, honesty, bravery, darkness, kindness, movement, judgment, hatred. All these are categorized under abstract noun. In your syllabus, it has been given to convert an adjective into an abstract noun, a verb into an abstract noun. These examples are given, and we have discussed these examples in the class also. For example, dark. You have to make it an abstract noun. Dark, that is darkness. Kind, kindness. Bitter, bitterness. We have discussed these questions in the class in detail, if you remember, and I'm also discussing some other your like we have happiness. You can broad, breadth, wide, width, happy, happiness, vacant, vacancy, bitter, bitterness, brave, bravery, novel, novelty, ignorant, ignorance, dark, darkness, decent, decency. I think you can remind these examples properly since we have discussed them in the class. No, knowledge. Please, pleasant, that is pleasure. Pleasure is the exact word. Pleasure. Advice. Free, freedom. Believe, belief. Laugh, laughter or laugh. Succeed, success. Discover, discovery. Die, death. And judge, judgment. So these are examples of your abstract nouns and which have been given in your exercise as well. Now let's move to next slide. Dear students, as discussed in the beginning, that different categorization have been given. There are some people, there are some scholars who categorize all the nouns into two categories: countable and uncountable. So countable nouns are the nouns which can be counted even if the number might be extraordinarily high, like counting all the people in the world, but they are called countable nouns. So countable noun can be used with a, an, the, some, any, a few, many, etc. Here is a cat. So a cat is a singular and obviously countable. So I think everything is clear. The nouns which can be counted are called countable nouns. जिनको गिन सकते हैं ना, उनको countable nouns कहा जाता है. And next is uncountable noun. Uncountable nouns are the nouns that come in a state or quantity which is impossible to count. कुछ ऐसे हैं जिनको काउंट ही नहीं कर सकते. Like liquids are uncountable, as are things that act like liquid. Sand, air, we cannot count them. They are also called material nouns by some scholars. According to some scholars, there are, I am moving backward, there are some scholars, according to them, there are 5 types of noun. Common nouns, we have discussed. Proper noun, we have discussed. Collective noun, we have already discussed. Abstract noun, we have discussed. And according to them, number 5 is material noun. And under material nouns, they have liquids, water, air, sand, milk, oil, etc. So there are different categorization as I discussed earlier. So uncountable nouns are the nouns that come in a state or quantity which is impossible to count. Liquids are uncountable, as are things that act like liquids, sand, air. They are always considered to be singular and can be used with some, any, a little, etc. They are always considered to be singular, keep in mind. For example, milk, water, air, etc. So I think so far each and every point is clear as far as nouns are concerned. And now let's discuss some questions. Point out the nouns and their category in the following sentence. I am giving some exercise and you have to do on their own. An IQ test measures intelligence. I repeat, an IQ test measures intelligence. You have to identify or you have to point out the type of the noun or the noun and the category. Iron is a precious metal. Iron is a precious metal. Ashoka was a great emperor. Ashoka was a great emperor. Honesty is the best policy. Honesty is the best policy. Sachpreet is an outstanding player. I repeat, Sachpreet is an outstanding player. Air is essential for human life. There is a printing error. It is human. Air is essential for life, you can also say. Boys are playing in the playground. Boys are playing in the playground. Now let's take a capsule summary of what we have discussed so far. So parts of speech are the words that are divided into different classes, and these classes itself are called parts of speech, and these are called so on the basis of their use. That is, according to their work they do in a sentence. The parts of speech are 8 in number: noun, adjective, pronoun, verb, adverb, preposition, interjection, and conjunction. So, what is a noun? We have discussed that noun is a word used as the name of a person, place, or thing. Among examples, we can take Akbar was a great king, the road smells sweet, the sun shines bright, his carriage won him honor. So, the word thing includes all the objects we can see, hear, taste, touch, or smell, and something that we can think of but cannot perceive by the senses. Everything is under this category can be taken or can be included among the word or the term thing. So, we have discussed 4 types of nouns, that is common noun, proper noun, collective noun, and abstract noun. So, what is a common noun? Common noun is the name given in common to every person or thing of the same class or kind. I underline it. Common noun is the name given in common. कॉमन नाउन एक ऐसा नाम है जो हर एक पर्सन या उस वस्तु जो उस प्रकार की है उस सभी को दिया जाता है, इसलिए इसको कॉमन नाउन कहते हैं. कीप इन माइंड कॉमन नाउन. फॉर एग्जाम्पल देयर इज ए नेम ऑफ ए गर्ल कविता. हु इज कविता? कविता इज ए गर्ल. सो द नेम गर्ल इज गिवन टू एवरी गर्ल और एवरी पर्सन ऑफ द सेम क्लास. दैट इज, अब गर्ल नाम हर लड़की को दिया जा सकता है जो लड़कियां हैं. इसका मतलब ये है सभी लड़कियां कॉमन नाउन है. और जब लड़की का नाम देंगे लाइक कविता, तो अब कविता जो है ये प्रॉपर नाउन है. आई थिंक आपको क्लियर हो जाना चाहिए यहाँ तक. नेक्स्ट वी हैव प्रॉपर नाउन. प्रॉपर नाउन इज द नेम ऑफ सम पर्टिकुलर पर्सन और ए थिंग. जब किसी वस्तु या व्यक्ति का नाम ही प्रॉपर नाउन है. कीप इन माइंड लाइक राम, श्याम, एंड अमंग थिंग्स दिल्ली, सिरसा, गवर्नमेंट नेशनल कॉलेज, ओबीसी, स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया, एंड नाम लड़के लड़कियों के सभी. इट इज कॉल्ड प्रॉपर नाउन. एंड प्रॉपर मीन्स वंस ओवन. किसी का खुद का नाम, चाहे वो वस्तु का है चाहे व्यक्ति का है. सो हियर प्रॉपर नेम इज अ पर्सन और प्लेस ओवन नेम. एंड नेक्स्ट थिंग that you must keep in mind is proper nouns are always capitalized. Proper nouns are always written with a capital letter. I am moving to the same slide where we have discussed these points. That is, proper noun is always capitalized. And next thing that we must remember about, let me discuss it. Proper nouns are sometimes used as a common noun. ध्यान दीजिए, proper nouns are sometimes used as a common noun. For example, he was the Shakespeare of his age. Shakespeare here means a great dramatist. When we say he was or Kalidas was the Shakespeare, or Kalidas is the Shakespeare of India. Here Shakespeare means the greatest dramatist. It means there are some qualities which are shared both by Kalidas and the Shakespeare. So the word Shakespeare has been made into a common noun. That's why we have used indefinite definite article the before Shakespeare, and we say Kalidas is the Shakespeare of India. It means Kalidas has the same qualities as a dramatist which Shakespeare used to have. He was the लुकमन ऑफ हिज एज. लुकमान जो था ये बहुत बुद्धिमान व्यक्ति था. तो हम कह रहे हैं कि ही वॉज द लुकमान ऑफ हिज एज. इट मीन्स ही, लेट अस से राम. सो राम हैज़ द सेम विजडम दैट लुकमान यूज टू हैव. जो लुकमान में थी वो उसी में क्वालिटीज़ हैं. सो proper nouns are sometimes used as common noun. And common nouns also include what are called collective nouns and abstract nouns. Basically, according to some scholars, collective nouns and abstract nouns are categorized or included in common nouns. So, what are collective nouns? Collective noun is the name of a person, place, or a thing taken together or spoken of as one whole. एक इकाई के रूप में लिया जाए उनको कहते हैं collective noun, that is समूहवाचक. And next is your abstract noun, that is difficult to understand for some of the students, as I found in the class as well. That's why I am giving more examples on abstract noun. So abstract noun in Hindi it is called भाववाचक संज्ञा, भावों से संबंधित. And abstract noun is usually the name of a quality, action, or state considered apart from the subject to which it belongs. So here abstract noun is the name for something which is intangible. Abstract noun is something that you cannot touch, hear, smell, taste, or see. This is called your abstract noun. Cry, voice, laughter, anger, happiness, pleasure, freshness, fragrance, height, width, invention, discovery, victory, defeat, luxury, trouble, sorrow. All these are called your abstract nouns. Health, it is also abstract noun. So we have different types of nouns we have discussed, and as some students have requested in the class, proper noun को व्यक्तिवाचक संज्ञा कहते हैं. क्या कहते हैं? व्यक्तिवाचक संज्ञा. और कॉमन नाउन को कहते हैं जातिवाचक संज्ञा. एंड कलेक्टिव नाउन इज कॉल्ड समुदायवाचक संज्ञा, समूहवाचक भी कह सकते हो. एंड अब्स्ट्रैक्ट नाउन इज कॉल्ड भाववाचक संज्ञा. आई थिंक नाउ everything is clear, and as far as I expect nobody would complain कि सर हिंदी में समझा दो. So I have discussed in Hindi also, and in the last I am again repeating some of the questions, some of the homework you can say that you should do on your own, and in case of any difficulty you can ask me. I am repeating the questions again. An IQ test measures intelligence. An IQ test measures intelligence. Iron is a precious metal. You have to identify first of all the noun, and second you have to say to which category, to which type the noun belongs. Noun कौन सा है? Ashoka was a great emperor. Ashoka was a great emperor. Honesty is the best policy. Honesty is the best policy. Sachpreet is an outstanding player. I am repeating. Sachpreet is an outstanding player. Air is essential for human life, or you can say air is essential for life. Boys are playing in the playground. Boys are playing in the playground. So students, that's all about your nouns. You can read them and discuss them in the class with your friends as well. And in case of any difficulty, you can ask me. In the next video lecture, I will discuss another part of speech, that is pronoun. Till then, all the best. Thanks for watching this video. Okay, all the best.